I'm about to show you 5 metrics that are killing your Amazon success and how to fix them for explosive results. Because right now, your Amazon success might be one simple move away. But get one of these metrics wrong, and it could be the reason your Amazon business feels like it's on the verge of collapse. Because I've been hearing from so many Amazon sellers right now who are reaching out because they're struggling. And sadly, their struggles always come back to the same overlooked metrics that are killing their businesses. These 5 silent assassins are actually lurking in plain sight, but they're quietly dragging your sales down to a shallow grave, choking off your traffic, and ultimately killing your profits. That's why in this video, I'm also revealing the exact fixes you need to not only survive, but thrive on Amazon. So sit back, take some notes, because we're about to deep dive into these metrics one by one, starting with something you may never thought about, but it's costing you big time. Imagine pouring all of your time and money into building your Amazon business, only to wake up one morning and find your account is frozen. That's the nightmare scenario. But here's how you can avoid that and turn this metric into one of your strongest assets. Because your Amazon seller performance metric is not just about keeping customers happy, it's much bigger than that. For example, one big number is your order defect rate, which treats Amazon like a hawk-eyed school principal on a caffeine binge, spotting every misstep faster than you can say detention. And here's the catch. A high order defect rate doesn't just look bad, it actually puts your account at risk of suspension. So speed is the key here. When any customer inquiry or any complaint comes in, a clock starts ticking, and you need to resolve it within 24 hours. Look, Amazon's algorithm loves fast responses. By being responsive, you earn some algorithm brownie points that will keep your seller performance metric healthy and happy. But that's just the first number in your Amazon seller performance metric. And the next one is really a non-negotiable. The moment you see a negative review, jump on it like your business depends on it, because it does. The goal here is to keep your negative feedback rate below 1%. Offer replacements, refunds, or just give a human response that turns things around. But there's one last piece to your Amazon seller performance matrix that can tank your success faster than you can say account suspension. This is your A to Z claims. Your mission is to resolve disputes proactively before they escalate to Amazon's A to Z guarantee process. These claims would include any request for reimbursement or cancellation of a purchase. And if you're paying attention, you can catch these claims before the customers feel the need to involve the big boss. These 3 numbers work together to keep your Amazon seller performance metric in line and under control. But here's where it gets interesting. Because you're probably thinking, okay, I've got all the bad stuff under control. However, what if the real threat to your business is something you didn't even know was happening? Let's dive into this, because this one has had a way of catching even seasoned sellers off guard. Because this next metric might not be as flashy as the ones I'm about to show you, but trust me, it's like a stealthy sniper focused on your account. It's your product policy compliance. Look, even the tiniest policy violation can snowball into account deactivation. No warnings, no second chances, just a big red account suspended stamp, like a referee slipping in a red card in the final seconds of the World Cup. Game over, no extra time. Here's the deal. Amazon's policies are like a rule book written by a lawyer overdosing on a potent mix of Red Bull and billable hours. So missing even one tiny clause can land you in hot water. But don't worry, if you stay proactive, you can keep your account safe and sound. Because look, your Amazon dashboard isn't just for checking sales growth. It's also your early warning system. Log in daily and look for IP complaints, authenticity issues, or listing violations. These little alerts may seem like no big deal, but ignoring them is like letting a leak grow into a flood. So the moment you see a problem, act like your account depends on it. Resolve it immediately. Remove problem products. Provide documentation or whatever Amazon asks you for. Again, speed is your friend here. And of course, the main goal is to avoid policy violations altogether. So while it might be tempting to exaggerate product claims, Amazon doesn't mess around. Don't list restricted items. And don't make over-the-top claims like guaranteed to cure anything. And I know you would never do any of that. You're playing it smart with your listings. But let me ask you this. What happens after the sale? Because if you're not getting it right, this next metric could kill your sales dead. However, before I show you that, if you just found yourself nodding along and thinking, wow, I need to look at my metrics, then smash that like button so more Amazon sellers like you can escape the chaos. And hey, if you're serious about scaling your business and beating the Bezos algorithm at its own game, hit that subscribe button right now. Your future self will thank you, and so will your sales. Like with what I'm about to show you next. Because think of this next metric as Amazon's way of making sure you're delivering on your promises. Literally, if you don't, well, you risk losing something that can obliterate your sales, the buy box. And trust me, losing the buy box is like having a store where nobody can find the front door. Because when you lose the buy box, that add to cart button just disappears. And then your listing looks like a pit of shame and regret. So here's how to make sure your buy box stays put. It's by keeping your shipping performance game strong and Amazon's algorithm on your side. And it starts with your late shipment rate. This is Amazon's don't make us look bad number. Look, if you're shipping your products yourself, Amazon buyers still expect laser fast deliveries. So keep your late shipment rate below 4%. No exceptions. Use reliable logistics systems and carriers to make sure your orders are shipped on time. But Amazon also loves transparency. So be sure to maintain 95% tracking accuracy by uploading those tracking numbers fast. Shoppers really want to know exactly where their package is. No guessing games. And uploading those tracking numbers helps them do that. Oh, and also, this is a big one for shipping performance. And it may seem really counterintuitive, especially after we just discussed about transparency, but avoid canceling orders at all costs. Yep. If there's an issue, let the customer initiate the cancellation. This way your actions don't ding your shipping performance metric. And that way you get to stay in Amazon's good graces. Okay, so shipping, nailed it. Account suspensions, dodged them like Neo in the Matrix. But here's the funny thing. This next metric has nothing to do with shipping or logistics or even ratings. I mean, if you mess this up, it's not even going to get your account suspended. However, it might make your products feel like wallflowers at the high school prom. Because here's the twist. What happens when shoppers don't even click on your listing in the first place? I mean, that first click is where the battle for sales begins. So think of click-through rate as the first impression you make on shoppers. This metric measures how many people actually click onto your listing when it appears in the search results. And if your CTR is low, it's like waving bye-bye to a crowd that's too busy scrolling so fast that they never even notice you. And a low CTR doesn't just hurt your ego. It also tells Amazon that your product isn't grabbing attention. The result? Your listing sinks deeper and deeper into the search abyss, never to be seen again. So sad, bye-bye. But don't worry, because we've got the fixes you need to turn your listing into a magnet that gets clicks. Look, your title is not only prime SEO real estate on Amazon, but it's also one of the places that shoppers will scan as they wonder, is this for me? So we need to make every single word in your title work for you. And of course, this means not only stuffing your title with great keywords, but also highlighting the key benefit or unique selling proposition, like 100% organic or no slip grip or USA made. Amazingly, these small tweaks can make a huge difference in your click-through rate. But you want to know what the biggest player in the click-through rate game is? By far, this is the MVP of your Amazon listing. Because think about it, when shoppers are doom scrolling through a sea of options, your main image is the first thing they see. And if your main image doesn't grab their attention, game over. However, we know that money follows attention, right? So having a scroll-stopping main image is like having a neon sign shouting, "Give me your money." So make it pop. Go beyond clear, high-quality photos and add a splash of color or showcase your product in action. But if you need a little extra flair, subtly highlight your unique selling proposition on your packaging. Like we did with Antonio, who saw his natural kitchen products soar from 10 units a day to an impressive 40 to 55 units daily in just 30 days. And we did it by simply highlighting his unique selling points, which was made in the USA. When we did that, his product not only stood out, but it captured shopper attention immediately, resulting in a staggering 300% increase in sales, all because we focused on click-through rate. Okay, so now they're clicking onto your listing, but there's still one big problem. Clicks don't pay the bills, sales do. And that's where this next killer metric takes center stage. Your unit session percentage measures how many visitors to your listing actually hit that beautiful add to cart button. And if this number is low, you're not only losing sales, you're also wasting all of your hard-earned and expensive traffic. Think of it this way. A low unit session percentage is like throwing a party where everyone shows up, but they're just too busy scrolling on their phones to even tap a toe. But don't worry, we're about to turn your listing into a party with a DJ so irresistible that the wallflowers will break out their best moves. Starting with this, did you know that 63% of Amazon shoppers decide to buy just by looking at your image stack? That's right. And it's exactly why one of the biggest sales drivers is emotionally charged images that highlight benefits and showcase your product in action or feature subtle text overlays that inject trust. But here's the twist. Image stacks that actually convert aren't about fancy design or artistic flair. Nope. Bottom line, your images need to tell a story that turns browsers into buyers. And this next hack is one of the biggest reasons why my clients will enjoy upward of $100 million in Amazon sales this year. The hack: make sure your copy is what drives your image design. That's right. Strong, emotionally focused copy creates the narrative. That's what hooks the shoppers. And then it's up to your designers to bring those stories to life. This pairing of emotionally packed words with strategic visuals ensures your listing grabs attention, holds it, and then converts browsers into buyers. So before you even get into image design, do this. Give your bullets some love. Use those bullets to highlight benefits, not just features. For example, instead of saying made with premium high density memory foam, use this: guests who used to wake up sore and restless on flimsy air mattresses say our high density memory foam cradles pressure points, so your visitors wake up refreshed, not aching, and you get to be the host with the most comfortable sleep setup in town. This leverages social proof and emotion, tapping into the host's desire to provide a great experience while solving the pain of uncomfortable guest bedding. Pair it with an image of a guest smiling and stretching after restful sleep, and you've got maximum impact. And when you optimize your Amazon listing with compelling, customer-driven copy, the results can be staggering. In fact, those changes took Jason's sleep product from being stuck in obscurity to a 566% increase in weekly sales in just 1 month. All because his product description and the images worked together to finally speak to what the customers actually cared about. No extra ad spend, no price changes, just better emotions. Your bullets aren't just words. They're actually the key to unlocking real changes in your unit session percentage and to bringing you profitable growth. Because here's the thing, sometimes even the most polished listing won't crown you king or queen of Amazon. Because when it comes to sales, shoppers trust other shoppers more than they trust you. So aim for at least 20 reviews with an average rating of 4.2 stars or higher to tip the scales in your favor. Now this can be a slow process, but here's how to get there faster. Include product inserts that thank the customer for their purchase and invite them to share their experiences in reviews. And of course, enroll in Amazon Vine. Amazon's Vine program allows you to send free products to trusted reviewers in exchange for honest feedback. It's an excellent way to build up high quality, verified reviews, especially for new listings. However, there's one last area of your Amazon listing that's a real powerhouse in boosting your unit session percentage, and it's often overlooked, and that's the fact section. It might seem like a small corner of your listing, but it's a gold mine for conversions because shoppers always have questions, and unanswered questions mean hesitation, and hesitation means lost sales. But the one who answers them wins. So your goal is to eliminate friction and make it easy for shoppers to trust your product. A great little hack for your fact section is to turn answers into mini testimonials. For example, fans tell us the batteries last up to a year. By addressing questions directly, you're not just answering the questions, you're building trust and overcoming objections and clearing a path to higher unit session percentages. But here's the thing, optimizing these metrics is really just the start. If you want to dominate on Amazon and hit those sky-high sales goals, I've created a playlist packed with actionable strategies to help you step by step. So whether you're launching or scaling, your next moves are all waiting for you on this playlist. Click right here to dive in and get all the tools you need to keep building your Amazon empire, because your success story is just one click away. Let me show you how easy it all can be.